Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of Vredestein tires. Go to TireRack.com to see their Vredestein test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Hola and welcome to the Irish NFL Show, brought to you in association with Quinbet and proudly part of the Believe Network. As we were recording here late on Tuesday evening, we were doing a little bit of planning ahead as to what the NFL International Series is going to look like, and we get the full schedule from 2 o'clock Irish time onwards tomorrow as to who will be playing in London, Madrid, Paris, and Munich. But we know who will be playing in Madrid. The news is just broken tonight. As per a couple of news media outlets in Ohio being the key part there, is the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow and co. will be the team that will travel to play the Atlanta Falcons in the Santiago Bernabeu this coming November. So Brian O'Leary joins me here to react to the news. We were kind of coming like this, and to be honest with you, because of the connections between Spain and the respective clubs, I was expecting this to be either the Chicago Bears or Kansas City Chiefs over the course of various parts of the last few weeks. We're looking ahead, but it's going to be the Bengals. And we were talking about, how I feel, the Galacticos and the superstars that they probably thought that the Madrid people thought they were going to get last year between the Dolphins and the Commanders, but it didn't quite work out in the on-field product. If Joe Burrow is fit and healthy playing against this Falcons team, regardless of who the quarterback is, that is a superstar coming into the Spanish capital.
Oh, it is indeed, Shane. It's a really enticing game, isn't it? I think this is one that's gets the juices flowing now for a potential trip to Madrid. So the Bernabeu Santiago Bernabeu was there last year for a game which never really lived up to the hype that we expected in the Commanders and the Dolphins. But this one really kind of has everybody kind of talking. And I imagine tomorrow this will be the talk of the town. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Sexy Dexy in Madrid.
Oh, how could I forget Sexy Dexy? I can't believe I forgot Sexy Dexy.
But there's one other one nugget that you're missing, and people are missing, and they should have thought about this sooner. If Tua finds a way to win out against Michael Penix to be the quarterback of the Falcons this year, shall we say, for the new season, bear in mind that would mean he's played in Madrid in both games, because he was the quarterback for the Dolphins when they played Commanders last November, the game in which me and Connor attended. They came out the right side of it, but he will be back.
Part two? Are we getting part two? Maybe not. I think this is the kind of game, and look, like we have a lot of connections with a lot of friends, I should say, connections being very LinkedIn speak. Jeez, I'm like Fernando Mendoza. Friends who are in Madrid who are big fans of the NFL. We know that the Bengals sort of really carry much weight, especially not only in the Joe Burrow era, but there's a lot of support there. But what I find interesting is the Falcons have really, again, trying to come across the Atlantic to try and really spread their wings internationally, which you don't always expect of NFC South teams, weirdly, in terms of the way we talk about them. Yet NFC South teams consistently play internationally. We saw the Panthers play abroad recently. The Saints, we know, are playing in Paris this year. The Buccaneers played in the first ever Germany game. And the Falcons played in Germany last year and in London 2 years before that. And I have to say one thing about the Falcons fans, like they always bring over a great contingent coming over from Georgia. Really fill up the city. Myself and Ben were on a U-Bahn full of Falcons fans heading over to the Olympia Stadion in Berlin last year. And there's really great fun and great color and noise and passion coming in there. But what's really interesting is the competitive nature of this game is going to be key, because we know the Bengals are in, both of these teams are in very open divisions, but in different ways. The Bengals are in an open division, which we know AFC North football is tough, it's physical, as shown with the fact that Joe Burrow has been injured for chunks of the last couple of years. We hope that he's in flying fit form. We can see him bring all of his champagne football onto the fields of the Santiago Bernabeu here. But the Falcons as well are going to be coming into this at a very key moment of their season, because as much as I've said that the Falcons or that the Saints are probably going to win the South, it's a division which is going to be open. We know, we've said many times that the Falcons are coming into this with probably the most talented roster in that division. They now have a new head coach in Kevin Stefanski to try and bring out something new. The quarterback situation is a bit of a question mark, but the talent across the rest of the team, particularly on offense with Drake London, and Bijan Robinson there, can really spark. So this could be a really interesting matchup between two teams who might both be in fairly scrappy enough situations by the time that we get to early November.
Did they call those Falcons the Dirty Birds, or is that just a term that all the other teams in the NFC South use for them?
Is that of the Eagles, no? Or is that
No, I think
is that the NFC East bias from the group coming into my head?
yeah, well, okay, it's a division, as you said, it's quite open. I mean, the Panthers have won the NFC South. They're returning as the NFC South champions. A lot of people never felt that was even possible to start last season with Bryce Young at the helm. You've got a Bucks team that are, well, you would expect to really want to push on and come back again. Brennan might have the season ended for them. You've got a Saints team that look like they're on the up, and you've got the Falcons, who arguably have the best panel of players in the division. But they just can't seem to always put it together. They have these lightning moments where they look like a real kind of stellar team, and then they find ways to lose games that are just head scratching games. I think the great thing about this is where it is in the season. It's midpoint. What I'm saying it's week 9 of an 18 of a 17 game season. So for there is it's set. Yeah, we'll call it mid season. So we're going to know at that stage of the season where both teams are at. It's interesting as well. The Bengals is probably one that kind of escaped many people's thought process on this. The Bengals were touted last year as a team that could potentially go to Madrid. There was a lot of speculation this time last year before it was confirmed that the Commanders were going to play the Dolphins, that it could have been the Bengals. So here we are 12 months later in a team that I find in a very unusual situation for head coach Zach Taylor. He's the only in situ head coach coming back this season within the AFC North. And yet, if you looked at it at the end of the season, you would have thought he was the one that was in the most precarious one in terms of losing the job. And yeah, he's the one that hangs on. But Bengals will look at this as a huge opportunity, both to go play internationally, spread their wings, push out the Bengals, the Houday Nation. And they're in a division that they probably think they have a realistic shot of winning next year. Bearing in mind the changes that are coming down the line, transitioning into a new period for the Steelers and a new head coach. You got the Ravens with a rookie head coach, and you got the Browns with Todd Monken gone in there. So the Bengals will think we need to get things right. They've done the Dexter Lawrence trade. They'll feel like there's a real opportunity this season, and this game it's going to be a compelling game come November.
I love how you mentioned Zach Taylor of being the only one left. Of course, myself and the AB Club have said that we're going to do our awards at some point over the course of the summer, and we're going to call the Zach Taylor Award, being the award for the person who's still in their job but probably shouldn't be. If Zach Taylor finds out about that by the time we actually get to Madrid, I wonder what kind of death stare he will throw in our general direction. But anyway, that's enough excitement for now. We're going to be reacting to the other 5 international or European games specifically over the course of tomorrow. So keep an eye out on the Irish NFL Show feeds for that, and make sure you follow at Irish NFL Show on social media. But for now, thank you very much for listening to the Irish NFL Show.